What's up, guys? It is Bucket Mouth Bass. I'm back here again today, and I'm sure y'all already see the title. Today I'm going to be telling y'all the top 5 brands of soft plastics, and if you guys disagree with anything I say in today's video, do not hesitate to go down in the comments and let me know why you disagree with what I'm saying here today. But if you guys have not subscribed, please go down, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you do not miss any awesome content I have coming this spring, because guys, I got some crazy challenges and stuff planned for y'all, so you're not going to want to miss them. So like I said, go hit that subscribe button and the bell, and if you like today's video, you can let me know by leaving a like down below, and if you guys think I'm ugly or think I'm full of crap, you can leave a dislike as well, so I know that you didn't like the video here today. But enough me talking, let's go ahead and cue the epic music and the intro. Alright, so how today's video is going to work is I'm going to start with number 5 and move my way on up to number 1 here today. And again, if y'all disagree, go down in the comments and let me know. So number 5 on today's list, I had to go with Big Bite Baits lures here today. And keep in mind, they make anything from Senkos, they make finesse worms, they make crawdads, which I'm holding here in my left hand. They make a variety of stuff. These baits are really making the list because of the affordability of them. For example, you can go to pretty much any sporting goods store that sells fishing stuff and pick up a bag of Senkos for like $1 or $1.50. They are super dirt cheap and they will catch you fish as well. I have caught a ton of fish on these exact Senkos that I'm holding right here, and I can use these as jig trailers or just fish them by themselves, and they work well catching fish. The only problem I have with the Big Bite Bait lures is the action of them. For example, the Senkos that I'm holding over here, they're a little bit stiff when you're fishing them, especially if you're trying to fish a wacky worm or a Nico rig. They just don't have that a great action to them, as well as anything else they make, like the crawdads I have over here. They're a little bit too stiff. I don't think they move around and stuff enough. Again, if y'all disagree, let me know down below. But overall, these baits are very solid. They're cheap, number 1. Secondly, they're very durable, so you can't go wrong with cheap and durable lures. The only problem I have is that the action on these is kind of lousy. It's good enough to get out and catch some fish, but on those really hard days, I would not recommend using these because they don't have the best action in the world. Again, they will catch you fish. They are solid lures. I'm not saying I don't like them, because obviously they made the list here today, but they just don't have the best action, so that's why they made number 5, and that's why they weren't, you know, number 1 or even number 2 here today. Now moving on to number 4 on today's list, I have to go with Strike King lures. So again, these guys make a variety of stuff. I'm holding lizards over here in my right hand, and then I'm holding jig trailers over here in my left hand, and they make Senkos and a bunch of other stuff as well, like finesse worms and, you know, crawdads. They pretty much make everything. So I'm going to start off with the durability of these lures. These lures are very durable and very high quality, and they have a pretty good action. When it comes to the Senkos don't really have that great of an action, at least when it comes to Strike King. But some of the other stuff, like the jig trailers and the lizards over here, have a pretty decent action. Like I said, for some reason I've noticed that the Senkos that Strike King actually make, they don't have the best action. If you guys have had a different experience, let me know down below. That's just my personal opinion. But the reason these guys made number 4 here today is because some of their stuff is very expensive, especially when you're looking to buy something like maybe a Rage Tail or something crazy like that, or even other things tend to get pretty pricey when you're looking at Strike King lures. So that's a big reason why these guys made number 4 and not number 1, number 2, or even a number 3, is because they are a little bit too expensive in my opinion. I still use them, but I only buy them when they're on sale. That's the reason I even have them. If they were full price, honestly guys, I wouldn't even pay that much, because I'm going through these things like crazy and I don't have hundreds of dollars to continually buy soft plastic baits. So that's the only reason I even have these here today, is because I bought them on sale. Now moving up the list to number 3 here today, I have to go with Bass Pro Shop brand soft plastics. In my left hand over here, I have some pink Senkos. They call them Stickos, but they're just Senkos, obviously. Then over here in my right hand, I'm holding some dark blue jig trailers. The reason these guys made number 3 on today's list is because these lures are very durable, number 1. But when you move over to the action, the Senkos have a nice falling action, especially if you're gonna fish a wacky or Nico rig. They have a very good action. They have a nice flutter kick when they're falling to the bottom, and the jig trailers over here that I'm holding have a nice kicking action when you're fishing. I really like the action on these. And when you're going to buy these are not super expensive. These lures are very cheap to go out and buy, so that's the reason why these guys made number 3 here today. But really, these guys made number 3 and not number 1 or number 2 here today is because I do have to switch out my baits more often when I am fishing with these, especially like I was saying earlier, when I fish with a wacky worm or a Nico rig. They're not the most durable in the world. They are durable, but there is other brands out there for the same price that are more durable than these that I'm holding in my hand. But overall, I highly recommend Bass Pro Shop brand soft plastics. They work very well, and I have caught a ton of fish using these. And these pink Senkos work very good. I'm a big fan of these things, and you can buy big bulk bags like I'm holding here, so that's a nice benefit as well. Now moving on to number 2 here today. This one's probably not gonna be a big surprise for y'all, but I gotta go with Zoom brand soft plastics. So obviously these guys make Senkos, they make lizards like I'm holding over here, they make crawdads, they make a variety of stuff. But these baits are some of the most durable baits out on the market, considering the price. You can go buy a bag of 10 Senkos for only $3, and keep in mind you can find them on sale as well. And these have very nice falling action when you're fishing them, because you guys know I like to fish wacky worms and Nico rigs a lot, so these work very well for those rigs. And you can Texas rig or shaky head rig it as well, and I have no problem catching a ton of fish on these. Obviously I do use some other stuff like lizards, but usually I use the Senkos. So the Yum Dingers work very good. They're durable, they last for multiple fish, and if you guys fish it through a bunch of debris under the water, you don't have to worry about it messing up. Obviously after a while of using it, you are gonna have to change out the bait just because it's a soft plastic, but they do last very long in my opinion. If you guys disagree, let me know down below, but I'm definitely a huge fan of Yum brand soft plastics. They work very good, and I've caught hundreds of fish on these guys. Now moving on to number 1 on today's list. Number 1, I have to go with Zoom Bait Co. here today. I have caught so many fish on these things, guys. You guys know I love fishing a drop shot and a shaky head, and just the Zoom brand soft plastics, I can catch so many fish with these things. These are my go-to lures when I'm fishing. I usually use the watermelon red with the chartreuse tail or the June bug with the chartreuse tail. I have caught by far the most amount of fish on those 2 colors, especially at the lake, guys, if I'm fishing deep or I'm finesse fishing or something like that. I wish these guys made a Senko, but unfortunately they do not for some reason. But the finesse worms and the trick worms that I'm holding here have caught me a ton of fish, and these baits last for forever, guys. They're super durable, they're affordable, and they have an awesome action when you're fishing them. So that's why these guys made number 1 here today. If y'all disagreed with anything I said in today's video, please go down in the comments and let me know. But thank you so much for watching here today, and if you have not subscribed, go down and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you do not miss anything. But I will see y'all back here in another video. Thank you for watching.